Hello there, I'm the Star Wars guy, and a very happy Star Wars Day to you. May the 4th be with you. The grand finale of the Clone Wars series was released today, entitled Victory and Death, and I'm breaking it all down right here, right now. Now, if you haven't seen the episode and you're worried about spoilers, it's probably best you go ahead and turn this off now. Once again, there was no moral quote for this episode. However, we did tackle the major themes that we see throughout the Clone Wars, and that would be trust, loyalty, and friendship. As a very quick episode overview, Ahsoka and Rex attempt to escape a crashing Venator-class Star Destroyer in the midst of Order 66. Notable characters include Ahsoka Tano, Commander Rex, Darth Maul, Jesse, who's an ARC trooper we've seen throughout the Clone Wars, perhaps most notably in the Umbaran story arc with General Pong Krell, and we even get a special cameo from an iconic character at the end of the episode. The finale of Clone Wars really did have a lot of great moments, starting with Maul destroying the ship. This is a clear demonstration of Maul's power wielding the Force, and this serves as the catalyst for why Ahsoka and Rex need to escape the ship in the first place, because quite suddenly they find themselves crashing towards a planet. Up next is this Droid Execution. This struck me as oddly very sad. We've grown to love these little guys as they help our protagonists escape certain death, and to see them executed in cold blood, it's pretty devastating. It's also pretty brutal. Ahsoka Free-Falling. This is a classic bit we've seen 100 times in the Clone Wars, but this one feels amplified and much more nerve-wracking than other similar scenes. We know how it works out because we see Ahsoka in Rebels, but still, it's tough to see her going through such a difficult time trying to survive this crash. Towards the end of the episode, Ahsoka gazes at the fallen clones' helmets perched atop their blasters. This is another extremely somber moment. These last few episodes really have been chock full of those. Even more heartbreaking is that they are all decorated with Ahsoka's markings. We can only imagine she's thinking about, how did everything come to this? At the end of the episode, yes, we do see Darth Vader. First, we see the Lambda-class shuttle, then the snowtroopers, then the stormtroopers, all clear signs of the Empire, showing us that some time has passed since the earlier events of this episode. And while it's not totally clear how much time that is, I would guess maybe a year or even more. The planet is now covered in frost, which is very different from how it was when Rex and Ahsoka landed. Then we hear that iconic breathing, and yes, Darth Vader has entered the chat. What a cool cameo to really put a solid period at the end of the sentence that was this series. Now he picks up and activates Ahsoka's lightsaber, and we really get the sense that he actually misses her. I even think that he could be wondering, what if something had gone different? What if Obi-Wan or Ahsoka had been there to help him at his pivotal moment? And finally, Morai. Morai is a convor bird with spiritual ties to the daughter from the Mortis story arc earlier in the Clone Wars, and following the daughter transferring her life energy into Ahsoka before she died, Morai became a friend of Ahsoka's. So when she shows up overhead at the end of the episode as Darth Vader looks upon Ahsoka's lightsaber, it's a clear symbol of Ahsoka and the light side of the Force not being dead just yet. Now, I made a couple special notes for this episode. First, it went by really, really fast. I kept thinking there would be more and more, and instead the credits actually took me completely by surprise. That being said, upon looking back at this episode, I'm really pleased with it, and I could not be happier at how this series has ended. And finally, there is actually very little dialogue in this episode, particularly towards the end of the episode. In the last 6 to 7 minutes of the episode, there's no dialogue at all. And the last line of the entire series is actually spoken by a random clone on the bridge of the ship as it's going down. And I'm not saying this is a bad thing. This really creates a lot of space for the music and animation to shine and take center stage, both of which are incredible, particularly in this episode, but also throughout the entirety of Season 7. There you have it. That'll wrap up my breakdown of the series finale of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Victory and Death. Let me ask you, were you satisfied with how it all ended? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more Star Wars content every single day, and I'll see you in the next video.